When preparing an email campaign, you've got to prepare a protected domain, something that is not going to receive a bad reputation if your emails are interpreted as spam. Usually, the primary domain of your business, your company, organization that you want to rank in Google, you're not going to want to be sending email directly from that. Also, the reason why is if you're sending transactional emails or correspondence directly from your main company domain, you need those to show up in the inbox no matter what. And so before starting a marketing campaign involving email, you're going to want to create some kind of a subdomain or a special sender account that's not on that the primary domain that you're using. But whichever domain you create to send your emails, you're also going to have to go through a warm-up sequence. The warm-up sequence is how you become familiar to the different email providers so that they don't mark you as high risk or spammy. Usually you want to do some warm up for a couple weeks, maybe 4 weeks. You'll know that it's time to send email when you can check your sender score. I prefer tools like MX Toolbox or senderscore.org, where they're going to give you a number between 0 and 100. The higher the score, the better you are, more reputation you have, the more likely you are to show up in the inbox. And you want to monitor your sender score throughout the campaign. And if your sender score drops, if it starts to drop, usually the closer it gets to 9, if it's on a scale of 9 to 10, or 90 to 100, I'd like to put it back into the warm up sequence when it starts to drop a little bit so that you can build up that reputation again before you resume sending the campaigns. And then this way, your marketing will be most likely to show up in those inboxes. Additionally, you want to have an account that you're sending from that's in different mail platforms. You're going to want to use Gmail for sending to Gmail, you want to use Microsoft for sending to Microsoft, because there's going to be a little bit of preference on those platforms for their own accounts. And so it helps. Sometimes Yahoo, AOL, and Microsoft, they'll filter out a Gmail account if they haven't seen it before, or if you're sending email to a bunch of other people on that same platform, they're going to be measuring to see how much email you're sending at the same time. So it's also a good idea to randomize your subject lines and to make some changes to those emails, and then to not send out too many all at once to the same platform, because that's going to be an indicator. If you send 50 messages to 50 people on the same Gmail or the same Microsoft platform that you have never communicated with before, that's also a signal to those providers that you might be sending them something that's marketing related or spammy. Hope these tips help. Your Santa Barbara web guy, and I'll see you next time. Take care.